Out of the 5 topmost excuses used by salespeople against their brand, most of them feel that their brand is not good enough, hence they are not able to sell. Many of them feel that their brand is not so well known in the market, hence they are not able to sell. And they keep on complaining against marketing. Friends, my name is Sanjay Singh and I'm your sales coach. In this video, we are going to talk about what are the different ways in which a salesperson can contribute to marketing. What are the ways and means through which a salesperson can make his brand name better? What are the ways and means by which a salesperson can add more value to the brand? The first thing which I want to tell to all of you in this video is maintain a very high PQ level. What is PQ? I'm sure you have heard of IQ, intelligence quotient. I'm also sure that many of you have heard of EQ, emotional quotient. Have you heard of PQ level? Promise quotient? No? Alright. Promise quotient is equivalent to promises made divided by promises kept, which means that as a sales professional, if you have made 10 promises in the market and if you have kept 10 promises, that is your promise quotient is 10 divided by 10, that is equivalent to 1. My question here is, do you maintain a PQ level of 1? If yes, you will be able to add tremendous value to your brand. Your brand will be known as supported by sales professionals who honor their commitments. That's a big contribution of any sales professional towards marketing of his product. The next value that I want to talk about is, after having sold a product, do you supply your product or do you install your product in the customer's mind? And there's a difference. A supply of product means that the customer has paid you money and you have supplied the product. And the product is working fine, product has been put to use by the customer, so customer has paid you money, you have supplied the product. What do I mean by installing your product? Installing your product means that if your product has got 20 capabilities, after supplying the product, you ensure that your customer is aware of all the 20 capabilities and the customer is able to make optimum usage of the full capacity of the machine. In case you are a sales manager for a machine, in case you represent a service company, you ensure that after fulfilling your order, the customer is able to make maximum benefit of all the promises made by you, of all the features of your product. Remember, always install your order. Don't just supply your order. If you do this, you will add great value to your customers and in turn, you will also add great value to your brand. Can you see that there is a lot of contribution that a salesperson can make towards the brand value? Now let me tell you that when you create blogs, online blogs, out of your sales insights, you have been into the market for last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. By virtue of your experience, I'm sure you have got a lot of insights into the market. Now, if you convert your insights into the market, which is basically based on your live experiences with all the customers in the past, you create a wonderful blog which is very helpful for new users of your product and service. Do you understand what I mean? You have translated your experience into a sales insight and then you have comprehended the sales insight into a valuable blog, a valuable letter, a valuable checklist, a valuable form which directly benefits a new user. Do you know what you have done just now by doing this? You have created a great brand value. So, despite being a salesperson, you are continuously adding to the brand value. You are continuously adding to the brand value, right? And these things which I have just been talking about you, whether it is PQ level, whether it is putting your insight, whether it is installing your order, what you are essentially doing is you ensure that your customer always feels that your brand is the best amongst the best. Because products do not become best by virtue of their technical qualities. Products always become best. Of course, the technical quality should be there, but products become great when the human being behind the product is also great. And who else is there behind your product other than the salesperson and the customer service person? So what will the marketing department do if the salesperson and customer service person do not add their own bit towards building a brand value? Now, having said this, let's move on to some practical scenarios. There are a lot of times when there is a customer complaint. And when you receive a customer complaint, you have two options in life. Option number one, you talk about the rules and guidelines of your product and then kind of become a lawyer and try to prove to the customer that why you cannot provide this service. And if you are actually following all the rules and regulation, you're not wrong. But there is an option number two, which is what I call the marketing concept behind sales. When I get a customer complaint, I do not try to look at my rules and regulation to see how I cannot service the customer. Instead, I try to look at my resources and try to figure out as to how I can service this customer, how I can be of help to this customer, how I can put my limited resources towards the benefit of this customer. And whenever I do that, I'm able to establish a superior brand value for myself. All right. So we just discussed 4 ways in which you can add further brand value to your own product, despite being a salesperson and despite not having any marketing budget with you. So your actions, your reactions, your responses to the customer go a long way in deciding the marketing value of your product. Another thing which has helped me in my last 38 years of sales career, I have always tried to share the best practices of one customer with another customer. So if one of my customer is making use of my product in a particular way, which I found was very innovative, I would go and drumbeat about this innovation to all my other customers of the same product. And by doing that, I'm actually taking a best practice into the market. Do you understand the importance of this? I'm sure you do. But the important thing to note is, how will you know what are the innovations that your existing customers are making on your product? You cannot know unless you keep regular touch with your customers, you keep on taking feedback from your customers, you keep on going back to your customers just to say hi, just to say hello, just to say, hey, how is my product doing? Is my product behaving the way I thought it should? And when you do this regular feedback mechanism from your customer, you will get lovely innovations from customers, which you can now document as best practices and share it with all other customers, thereby adding a great brand value. One more last thing which has helped me a lot as a salesman towards adding to my brand value, I always keep on thinking ahead of what my customer can do better with my product or service. The last time I told you that customer has thought of innovation. Now I am saying, why can't I think of innovative ways of making use of my product? I want to relate a story with you that this is around 30 years back. Washing machines in the state of Punjab started getting used for making sarson ka saag. Can you imagine a washing machine which is meant to be used for washing clothes? In Punjab, And I was very much involved with this project. This is almost 32 years back. A washing machine. There was a Sardarji in Ludhiana who said that when I do sarso ka saag, I have to cut a lot of sarso into small pieces. And your machine is a wonderful thing for doing that. Can I try some sarso into it? I said, why not? Go ahead. It's not going to spoil my machine, but maybe I'll get a new method. And that day and today, if you go to Punjab and you ask anyone that, do you make sarso ka saag in your washing machine? They will not smile. They will say, yes, of course. And that innovation led to the next innovation of making lassi in washing machine. Yes, friends, there are people, because in Punjab they use lassi in huge quantities. They drink a lot of milk. So they actually use a washing machine to make lassi. I'm sure no washing machine in the world was made to make lassi, but then few people thought that it is good for it, innovation. I took the opportunity to go and educate every person that, hey, you can also use your washing machine to make lassi. And to cut the long story short, there are innovations which you can also contribute towards your product. The more important thing is, do you have the marketing soul alive in you? I meet a lot of sales professionals whose marketing soul is dead. They feel that their job is only to sell and get run away with. They feel that their job is to close an order, collect money and vanish. No. These people, the marketing soul is dead. If the marketing soul in a salesman is dead, you can as well say that you are dead. Keep your marketing soul alive, because there is no marketing that is possible without the contribution of a salesman, in as much as the salesman alone cannot build a brand, but by the same token, the marketing man alone cannot establish a brand. He can create a brand, but for the brand to sustain in the market, for the brand to have a competitive, long-term, sustainable advantage, the efforts of salespeople is also required equally. So before I put this video to an end, remember to keep your marketing soul alive and do not complain against the inadequacies of your marketing department. Always ask yourself, what have I done to add to the brand value? What have I done to contribute positively to my brand? And I'm sure if you keep on asking that question, you're going to shine in your life as a sales professional, and I will be standing for you at the other end of the tunnel, ready to welcome you with open arms, because you are one sales professional that has made every professional of sales proud by keeping your marketing soul alive. If you have liked this video, please go down, click on the bell icon, subscribe to the channel, so that next time I come with a video on how a sales professional can positively keep on contributing to the function of marketing, I get you on that video, and together you and I can rock on it. Bye-bye.